Long ago, on the western bank of the Nile, near the city the Egyptians called Waset and the Greeks would later call Thebes, there was a small village tucked between two ridges of pale limestone hills. The village had no name that has come down to us in the way we name places today. The people who lived there simply called themselves the servants in the place of truth. Today we call this village Deir el-Medina, and it was here that some of the finest artists and builders of the ancient world once lived, ate, argued gently over bread rations, and slept beneath the same wide desert sky that still stretches over the valley now. This is the story of one ordinary day in that village more than 3,000 years ago, during the reign of a great pharaoh, when the Nile still flooded every summer and the desert still kept its long, patient silence. We will follow a man named Nocht, a painter of tombs, and his wife, Merit, who kept their small home in order and raised their children in the shade of the western hills. They are not remembered by any inscription, no stone was carved with their names, but they are the kind of people who truly lived in this valley, and their day, imagined gently and carefully from what we know of this place and this time, will carry us slowly towards sleep. The village of Deir el-Medina sat in a narrow, dry valley, sealed off from the busy world of the river by a low wall and a single guarded gate. It was a planned village built by royal order because the work its people did was too important and too secret to be scattered among the ordinary towns along the Nile. Inside the wall, perhaps 70 small houses stood close together along a single main street, their walls made of mud brick, their roofs low and flat, built to hold the heat of the desert at bay. Nocht woke before the sun. He always did. There was no need for anyone to call him, because his body had long ago learned the rhythm of the valley, and something in him simply opened its eyes in the cool, gray hour before dawn, when the stars were still faintly visible and the air still carried the last of the night's coolness. He lay still for a moment on the low mud brick platform that served as his bed, listening. Somewhere nearby, a dog shifted in its sleep. A rooster, kept by a neighbor a few doors down, had not yet decided to announce the morning. The village was quiet in the way that only a desert village can be quiet, a stillness so complete that Nocht could hear his own breath, and beside him the slower, steadier breath of his wife, Merit, still asleep. Their house was small, as most houses in the village were small. It had perhaps 4 rooms, one leading into the next, from the front room where guests were received, filled with an altar to household gods and a few painted images of Bes, the protector of the home, and Taweret, who watched over mothers and children, back through a central room with a raised platform for sitting and eating, then a kitchen area